Happy Thanksgiving for my fellow Canadians. This is our day of giving thanks, but there are some differences between us and the United States. The United States seems almost more country-based or patriot-based. Up here it's more like a fall celebration, a festival. And I do like the fact that when it's in mid-October like this, it kind of opens the Halloween and then Christmas season for me. I really enjoyed the American Thanksgiving when I lived there because it totally opened the Christmas season. But I do enjoy this fall because I love fall. So Canadian Thanksgiving suits me just fine. Okay, so I decided I needed to come on and do some kind of art video. Do something because I've been incredibly unproductive. And I'm fine. Just for those of you who have been following the story, I'm fine. Feeling good. Walking the dog. Yeah. See the surgeon on a week or, yeah, next week, I think. Anyway, I decided that I needed to prioritize certain things. And my craft channel has always been a labor of love. I've never done it for the views and so on. Otherwise, I would be producing way more content because we all know content is king for different platforms, right? So I am going to put love into this channel when I'm able, and I'm going to stack up some videos for everybody. And I'll just keep on plugging away, and I'm going to add more. I've been doing a lot of painting lately. I'll actually show you what I've been doing. I've been doing some abstract stuff, which is very soothing for me when I've got a little bit of anxiety going, and lately there's been some minor anxiety, but these are paint splotch things that I do with Black India ink. And I use various tools. This was a French curve, you know, one of the curve shapes that you draw, you know, architect curves with and stuff. So I just put the ink down and then I splash it and pull it with credit card, like a card card, things like that. This is one of the ones where I pulled some stuff around with a card. And you should try it. It's very therapeutic. And this one is another one. And I'll be making these all. I see things in them. It's most likely the neurodivergence because we see stuff in stuff. I mean, it's normal for humans to see faces and things, and according to the psychologists and stuff. But God, the eternal battle with the lighting, eh? I envy people that just have lighting all set up and can get like the perfect unshadowed area. This is one where I just used black school glue and squirted it around, and it gave me a lovely base to play in. This is one of the same things, and I ended up playing in it. There's a little, it's not finished yet, but I ended up playing it with some color. And this was one as well that I finished yesterday. I don't like my faces. I'm not good at people, but her stance says something to me. So that's what came out of that abstract. So that's what I've been doing lately, kind of not really doing anything. And I've missed some glue booking here and there, but for the most part, I've just kind of been doing what calls to me, you know. And a lot of days, that's, honestly, I'm being honest, it's just doom scrolling. Just scrolling. Some days that's all that ends up happening, you know. So either way, I'm going to try and continue with this. I also am likely to shut down the other one. It hasn't even got really started yet, the glue book one, and I'll just point that domain here because people are here. Okay, so I thought maybe I've got the Victorian file out. I hope you guys can see this stuff. Okay, God. The eternal lighting problem. Okay, so I've got the Victorian file out, but I also pulled out the Windows file. Oh, this was another one I did. The pink sparkly glue is just glue I splotted around and let dry, and then filled in with some fun drawing. So yeah, you can see I've sort of been mindless recently. Okay, so I have a whole Windows file here, as well as the Autumn file, and then some loose pictures I saw that we might incorporate, so I'm going to see about that. But Windows have been calling lately. I have this, it's a fairly chunky size of window pictures I've put away. So, oh my God, I saw this one gentleman. I'm going to try and find the link again. I think my daughter can help me with that. Who does collage. He just takes magazines and starts to rip into them. They're wonderful. There's some people do something like that, but oh my goodness, he seems to have a real eye to put what with what. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so we started Big Travel and Leisure magazine a while ago. I didn't keep up with it. That's kind of a cool book, or cool background for this. I'll have to put something from here down. That's cool. Okay, so we did start this book, but I think it was back in the summer, maybe? Yeah, it must have been in the summer. Okay, so we're on the third set here. So I have no idea what I'm doing today or how it's going to turn out or come out at all. All I know is that for some reason I kind of trust instinct on that. I kind of just reached for the Windows file to see what was what. Now, I have a couple of other things that I may not even add in for now. Some pretty cool pictures though. So this one I wanted to see if we could make it a part of today's experiment. That's what I'm going to call glue booking from now on. Collage, you can add all kinds of wonderful tidbits in, and it's wonderful. Boy, does that allow scope for artistic freedom. Glue booking is a little different, to me anyway, and when I describe these things, it's simply to me, okay, my opinion. Glue booking, I challenge myself with it as a where I can only use magazines kind of thing. I don't glue in much of anything else with the magazines. When I mix stuff up, to me that's collage, and I know that is probably so irritating for some folks, but it's a way I can distinguish what I'm doing, because I find the mood for glue booking is very different than the mood for collage. Collage, I'm looking around at all the bins and bits and pieces I have, and pictures I have, and ribbons and stickers, and all the different things I have to contribute to a collage. But when it's magazines, I have to look at photographs only, so it makes for a different sort of vibe for me. I hope that explains it, because that really is the best I can do. I don't know why those two go together for me, so we're going to set this one aside for now, just to see if there's something we want to do with it. And I've always loved this page of Windows. And this one is fun too, so we can go a couple of different ways here as far as moods go. And here we'll take a look at the rest. This might be a long video, people, so, you know, fast forward or put it on fast motion. You can do that too. There's all kinds of windows here. I collect things like under that kind of weird heading, windows, you know. Oh, that one's gorgeous. Some people just do amazing things. That's a little bit in the same mood as her. A little bit. Okay, so let me just leave that. I can do an ancient one sometime. I have temples and stuff here. I'll do that sometime. One of old windows. Now, is that the same one or is that a duplicate? Because I had some duplicate magazines. I really did. I had a couple of duplicate copies of. Nope, that's the other one. So I think, I don't know. Let's see what this brings us. If we can coordinate something with this. I kind of like that one too. Almost like bad weather, rainy day, nice weather. You know what I mean? Bad weather, nice weather. It's sort of that vibe is starting to come up, if that makes sense. So let's see. Oh, that's cute. It's not for this one, but that is really cute, especially for fall. I need to set that aside. Yes, indeed. Okay, so that's the Windows one. And before I pull out any autumn stuff, because I don't think there's any autumn windows in there, I'll look through the Victorian one first. The Victorian one is absolutely stuffed, based on my being incredibly blessed with a whole box of Victoria magazine. It gave me just the most massive amount of stuff to play with, and I am so grateful. And I try and share as much of it as I can, because to be honest with you, the glue book and collage pages marked Victoriana or Victorian seem to get some of the biggest searches. Like, people seem to be really interested in Victorian stuff. So, yep. So I'll keep collecting and keep doing, because I still have magazines left I haven't pillaged from that group. I have stuff I have to move out of the way, and my hallway's starting to look like a warehouse full of books and boxes of magazines. But I've stopped looking for them anymore, stopped buying them off Facebook Marketplace. I've stopped all those searches because I've got enough for now. And I'm going to stick with using up what I have. Just like my ledgers and notebooks, I've got enough empty ones, just having bought them on the whim, that I am going to fill some of them a little quicker than I have been. And I haven't been doing as much sketching as I've wanted to lately. So I've been trying to plug into the Inktober. I don't know if any of you are doing Inktober. It's Inktober, Inktober.com. And it's a drawing thing. It's just prompts and stuff for October. It's all free. And there are a bunch of other people do it. And there's a prompt for every day. And I tend to put the prompts into a Halloween sort of context or a spooky context, just because it's October. And I'm behind by about 3 days, I think. 3 days. But to me, I have fun with them. They're little almost doodles. But the prompts are fun. And then just for my brain, I have this half notebook I use. And this is a set of art prompts that someone put out, some site put out. And it consists of 3 words for each day. You combine them into a picture or a doodle, right? So instead of combining them into a picture or a doodle, I've actually done paragraphs. As a writer, I'm using all 3 of them in a paragraph just to keep as a writing exercise every day. Because if you don't do something, you tend to get more and more distant when you start to be distant. Do you know what I mean? Like, the muse kind of drifts the other direction. So yes, it's kind of important to stay in touch with whatever it is you do, whether it's writing or reading books, listening to audiobooks. Anything that you do has value. If it brings you joy, it has value to heal. So try and keep that in mind, and don't set. Too many people think that setting hobbies aside is a good idea, and it's not at all. It's a very bad idea, setting hobbies aside. So that's my 2 cents. Okay, so based on direction, this needs to sit in this corner because she is looking up at everything. Does that make sense to everybody? It does to me. Now I need a background here. What can we put here? Oh, that I like just as a... We could sit her. If we did that, we could even put her over here. But let's get this cut out. Oh, I think I should save the town behind the house, because that's kind of a pretty cool perspective. So I hope everybody's having or had a good summer and into autumn, wherever you are in the world, however that works for you. Should I keep the town, or is it No, it's not just about windows. I do love that little... I may save that for something else, actually. That's probably a good idea. I may just save that for something. I like it. Very... No, Janet, before you cut anything, just glue it down. Glue it down. If you want it out of there, you can take it out later. Yeah, so I had a really nice move into fall. It's been weird here in southern Ontario, for me at least. I'm very far south, and it went from like 81 daytime and, you know, hot at night, too hot, had to have the air conditioner running, which was just 2 weeks ago, to 50s this past week. Like, seriously, and that's for my American friends. My Celsius friends here in Canada, sorry. That would, I don't know what that would be. I'm from the age where we learned Fahrenheit, so I still convert. And then living in the States a long time, it's kind of like, yeah. So let's cut this out. I hate to take out the sill. Let's just cut this along here for now. And we'll leave the sill plus a little bit of border. Everybody needs to remember to take their vitamins. Cold and flu season. Take your vitamins, eat well. Oh my God, there was a discussion on Facebook, on one of the groups, I don't know, that my daughter belongs to, and they were just joking around, and, you know, it's like good conversation most of the time, and somebody said something about, you know, fruit once a week, and people are going, oh yeah, I thought that's all, like fruit's just an extra thing, and meanwhile, I don't know about everybody else, but I like to eat it daily. I eat fruit every day, vegetables every day, because otherwise I feel like crap. So basically that's the reason I eat fruit every day. And it helps with many things, you know, good vitamins. And, but I guess people grew up thinking the apple was a dessert, or, you know, like sweet fruits, you're not, like, sweet is not supposed to be it's a dessert thing, I guess, is how people see it. And that's interesting. I guess I never really realized before how many people actually do see it like that. So my daughter and I kind of had a laugh, because she went, yeah, that's me. I raised you better than that. I did. We had fruit every day in our house. Like, yeah. So there, to me, the nutrition in some basic fruits is as important as the nutrition in some basic vegetables. You know? Okay, so I don't know if I actually want to get to this woman in gray. I may save that. The style of it is you know, very 40s, so I may save that for a black and white layout we do at some point. I think that would be a really awesome picture for a black and white layout. And I'm going to keep these text. Always keep your titles and text and any wording you find in your magazines, because it all comes in handy at some point. I have a drawer, a little drawer up here, a mini drawer in front of me full of text I've saved. And it is one of the best things I've ever done. I can go and find a text that's appropriate to anything I make. I've got so many collected. So save your text. Just interesting titles, phrases, big words, you know, anything like that, right? Really, Janet? No, I put them in the... Okay, well, see, memory goes. My memory is not doing very well, that's for sure. I can feel the whole aging, walking into the room, forgetting why you're there thing. Okay, so this blue balances, but I don't know if I want to incorporate any, and I think I will wait on this one because she has an elegance I'd like to add to a black and white at some point. This works above there as a partial window. Although we can do a little bit more without this huge stuff. Let's see what we can pull up from our Victorian file. I'm going to put you on pause for a brief minute and I'll be back. Okay, so I found, it looks like it's steered me in the direction of, I don't know, maybe it's fall, but it's oranges and golds and things like that. So let's work with that, because those were the pictures that kept falling out of the bundle. So I'm going to trust that, okay? So we have the orange carried up into here. Let's add something to this. Let's get some stuff. So that should be down here or up here with, yeah, okay. So I hope for my American friends, based in this being our Thanksgiving. Sorry, I ended up getting a thing at the door. So we're going to continue with this apparently gold theme that we have going on. Let's get this placed. I guess it's appropriate for fall, eh? Pumpkin colors and fall colors. I've so been enjoying doing some watercolor with the fall. I went on and on about that last year, so I'll spare you guys. I really did enjoy last year very much, and this year is turning out to be quite lovely as well. Now, what's the rule of thumb for tearing? Because you'll end up with a white edge and a picture edge. So just remember that when you decide to tear something. Okay. Ooh, I like how that works. Okay. This goes to, let's get this down first, because obviously we're going to use it. Yes, indeed. Okay. You know, in the fall when the cat sheds for his winter coat, God, glue sticks are not safe. Oh, it's upside down. No wonder it looked weird. Okay, well, no, I still like it better that way. That's, don't they go both ways? Okay. All right, now you can see me at my dumbest. That's okay. That's fine. I'll take this one. I'll take this one. Oh my God, Janet, come on. Chicky. Okay, let's see if we can do this. All right, so, yes, there we go. Okay. All right, we're set, because the beach side should look rough like that. I like that a lot. And now the window's right side up. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right. And don't forget, on magazine paper, usually you can, I don't know why I pronounced it like that. Usually on good magazine paper, you can take a wet wipe to it, like a, you know, a baby wipe or something. If you get glue past your mark and you get glue on shiny paper, it's pretty easy to let go of. Let's get this down firmly on the corner. Okay. Now we've got that in place. Let's give this a clip. bottom here. How many of you, just curious, like if you want to answer, fine, just a yes or no would be great, but I talk to myself a lot. Now, yes, I answer myself a lot too, so I guess it's not just the, grandma got run over by a reindeer type thing. I actually, have conversations. I don't know. Do you guys do that? Especially when I'm doing artwork or drawing or collaging or anything, because I talk to myself about what goes where and where I want to put it and whether the color scheme seems right or those kinds of things. So yeah, I mean, I kind of do. I'm going to take this, paste this down. All right, there we go. Now, this one is so pretty. That could go right in the... Look at this piece of text too. Look through the windows. I wish it was a golden color. That would be fun. Okay, so I should put this right here. So we are going to tear this to keep it as a tear line. There we go. And then how much of this do I want this window? So we'll take it across there. Across there with that same beautiful glow. Down this way. Okay. All right. That one artist I was telling you about too just loves to tear, so he captured my heart right away because I love tearing the pieces from different I mean, you've seen me, I absolutely love tearing stuff. To me, it just it's very satisfying for some reason. I should probably do ASMR videos, because then, I could tear to my heart's content. But I'm thinking that I would like the text. I can either put it here, which wouldn't fill up the space anyway, looking through the windows there with this window. No, it's too white. Too white. Okay, let's get this down here so I can take a look at things. Right. Alright, so let's place that here for now. There we go. Okay. And then this one, which is absolutely gorgeous. There we go. That one will sit next to the window. Alright, I've got it. Solved the problem. Here it is. Here we go. There we go. Windows. Okay. Now, this one, this harp, oh, that's so pretty. Very, very pretty. We also have that part of the other window right there, but that to me would not suit. So, let's tear off this gigantic vase. God, the Victorians had some really, I mean, some of their architecture and stuff is absolutely gorgeous, but some of their idea of interior decorating is just off the chain, like truly off the chain. Oh my God, it was kind of ridiculous, just some, like a vase that's massive, and then you have dainty little, and then you have piano legs that they started using covers like tablecloths and covering piano legs and stuff because Victorian men had a hard time curbing their desires, and the legs were difficult on them. I'm serious. If you never heard that before, go read about it. It's because men couldn't control themselves that tablecloths became invented. So yes, seriously. Men couldn't control themselves. Alright, so I can tuck something in here. Oh, I like that. It brings the blue down too. Okay, let's do her. I like her. Okay. Let's tear her across the top. Oh, that works beautifully. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get her down. Right. She works there, absolutely. And again, folks, it's funny how our work can kind of just fall into place sometimes when we know what we're looking for, or we know what it is we want. You know, things, once we make the decision for something, then it's a matter of reminding yourself why, not how. Let the how go. How will fall into place. It's the why. Keep reminding yourself why you do a certain thing, whether that's because it relaxes you, or, you know, makes you feel good, or whatever the reasoning is, whatever it is. That's how you keep an eye on the prize, is by reminding yourself why, not how. The how will take care of itself once the why is cemented in there. But if you don't have a clear idea of what it is you want, then nothing and no one can give it to you. You have to be clear on that. That's why things like vision boards and stuff actually do work. I mean, people laugh at them and things, but it really does work for some folks. Like to-do lists work for others, you know. We all have our way of connecting with our to-do list, what we have to do. And you find what works for you and you run with it, because boy, oh boy, there is really no other choice at that time. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it is. You run with it. Charles Bukowski said, pick the thing you love and then let it kill you. As far as creativity goes, you know what I mean? And it's an extreme idea, but Bukowski was an extreme writer, but he knew how to put words into some kind of credible sense. Amazing writer, in my opinion anyway. But I love those words, especially to me, those ring of just all kinds of yeah, you know, it's time. Just buckle down, pick one thing you love, and just run with it, like completely till it wears you out, or it wears off, one of the two, you know? And to me, that is one of the most wonderful pieces of advice I've ever heard. Okay, let's get the lettering on, and then I can let you nice folks go. I am minding my granddaughter, so her parents can watch a horror movie without little eyes watching. 'Tis the season for horror movies, and they both love horror movies and series and stuff, but they don't watch when she's around. She's only 7. And she loves horror stuff. I mean, she's got a Wednesday doll, and, you know, she's got little, like, Halloween things that are actually, like, the skeletons of little animals. Like, they sell them, like a little duck, rubber ducky, only it's skeleton form. They're funny. There are all kinds of them out now. And they're adorable, and they're funny. And she doesn't take any of it seriously or scary, but the music in a movie production can be really scary, and the jump scares can be bad for a kid. And, you know, she gets overstimulated as it is, being autistic. So So do I. Okay, Ageless, Shadows by Nature, or Look Through the Windows. I think this one is just too big. Shadows by Nature. What do you think? Shadows by Nature. What do you think? I like that. Okay. We'll do that. There. And we'll cut it there. And it's going to be one of those Sweep My Studio nights because I've got cuttings all over the floor. I just let things drop like, you know, like a hair salon. There's no point in trying to catch all the scraps to put in the garbage because I would never be able to. So I let them drop and I sweep later. Gosh, I hope you guys do creative stuff when you really want to. I hope you don't put it off. Life's too damn short to put stuff off. And sometimes, if you film it, you know, kind of like this, because this is a very amateur setup, but if you film it, you grandparents out there could actually send that video to your grandkids if they're little. You could make something simple or something, but you can send that kind of thing to your grandkids and include them, you know, and maybe even alive when they open up the video, you can watch it together, you know, so, you know, even if your distance is apart, you can watch things together by queuing them up and being on like Facebook Live or Zoom. There are ways around things, and people have to find ways. So save your craft videos. If you do any crafts at all, whether you normally film them or not, film them for your grandkids and include them, you know. Or hell, your grandma, maybe she'd enjoy seeing a craft video or whatever now and then, you know. Shadows. Nice straight. Is it straight? I think so. Looks like it. I didn't want to cut through the water line, so by nature. Ooh, I like that slogan. No, these aren't as shadowy as this, so we're going to do shadows by nature on this side. Because the sun setting or rising here causes the shadows through this window, if that makes sense. I don't know. Either way, I love you guys. I'm so glad that folks are still interested in the videos. And I'm just going to keep making stuff because I am obviously right now at this particular moment in my life unable to keep any kind of schedule. I have so many appointments going on and stuff. So right now I'm going to do things when I feel it, when the labor of love strikes me, and I will record everything and put them up, whether it's a, you know, a medium that you like, or, you know, something passed by the ones you don't like if you don't like painting, you know. But I'm going to be here. I just can't guarantee what days. I hope you guys have an incredibly blessed week ahead. Take care.